See, when you win with multiple coaches, that's called program. If it's just one guy, it's one thing. Oh, you got John Wooden. Okay, good. But when those programs, you got Coach K. But when you can sustain success at that level, top 10 level, top 5 level for that long, they're doing something right.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time Michigan beat Ohio State football. To be honest with you,
I think
look it up.
But I'll say this because I'm so versed with my Wolverine brothers. Mm-hmm. They have to win 8 more times to tie them.
Wow.
That's how far away the lead was. That's what the Wolverines told me to say. And I always say that. Just check the records. It was so far ahead. They have to win 8 more just to tie them. So it's a hell of a rivalry. Been to both places. Played it at the Horseshoe, but did games. Did Ohio State, Michigan games.
You did everything.
You know, as a broadcaster. Yeah, I mean, it was an unbelievable thrill. College is my heart. High school, I mean, that's if I could do just one thing, it'd be high school. But college now, it's just something about Friday at the bookstores. You know, I always go to the bookstore, get a sweatshirt, wherever I'm at. And that to me is just, it's hard to get over that because there's nothing like it. And especially give me a 1 o'clock or noon kick because I want to get on the bird and get my hat, as my old man used to say. But the excitement of tailgaters and being at the respective places, if you've ever been to LSU for a night game.
I have. It's amazing. LSU's amazing. The Tiger made you to death, Friday night. Stuff your face with bourbon and food.
But there's so many of them, though. You know, you can be in Tallahassee. I'm glad that the U. I like what the U represents because they're like a bunch of Pat Beverleys on one team, and that's the way Santana Moss, Clinton Portis, those guys I got a chance to become very friendly with. Their culture was second to none, and they passed that on. They had a really good thing going, and like I said, I want to see Notre Dame back. I'd love to see the U really be. And I'm not talking about being back, being 3. No, I'm talking about being undefeated back, playing in the biggest games, getting into that championship. I think it'd be nice because I'm nostalgic for my age group. That's what I grew up with, and I got to get a Pac-12 exposure. I got to get somebody from the West Coast to knock on that door. And Oregon's done it, but they got to knock harder.
You think Chip Kelly's going to get it done?
Well, his track record would say it would be slim. It'd be, I don't know why I would say he was, but I will say this. They impressed me last season for the first time. They showed guts.
They did.
They fought in the SC game. I thought they had his team last year was different. It's the first time I've seen them where it wasn't about the scheme. See, I don't like gadgets. I ain't a gadget guy. Last year's team fought their butts off. They were physical. Right. And that's what I like. I'm not down on his innovation, but it just ain't my style. I mean, I'm like, if you're at UCLA, man, you could go out and recruit some people.
It's still right. It's still be physical, move the check. But my brother even said, even years ago, he goes, Bob, the football team wears that powder blue and they're kind of soft and they don't get the physical guys SC was getting back when SC was great. And I'm like, yeah, you know. And
first of all, it's not powder blue; it's Bruin blue. Okay, and we wore it, and we.
I will correct my brother on that.
Extremely well, yeah.
No, you guys were
not
different.
The uniform.
You guys were different.
The guys in the uniform.
Your coach was that kind
of the guys in the uniform. Yeah. Well, we had dogs. I mean, that's the whole thing about
dogs. Right.
I mean, they have dogs. I mean, that Oscar Edwards. I mean, right. Dr. Doom.
Right.
There, Tetsuya Sopo.
Yes.
You know, Big Cliff Frazier, Curry. I can go on. I mean, look, Jack DeMartinez on that team. It was still the offensive line structure. Randy Cross. Look, Keith Eck. It never stops, man. Kazarian, Moon Pie, my left tackle. It's the fellas. Our closeness was unbelievable. I'm telling you, it would have been hard to beat us in a street fight, let alone football.
No, you played everything.
Because guys,
yeah. And Ramil drilled you guys so hard like the week before that the defense wanted not to play. Am I right? They couldn't take it no more.
Every game, not that week, every game.
Yeah.
But again, you're young. What I always say when I see Bill Berge or, you know, I see Marshall, any guys that played for Vermeil, we did it at 19 and 20. The Eagles, Bill Berge, them guys in the 30s. The guys with the Rams, man, I don't know. And they all look at you, and London Fletcher, who's a phenomenal person as well as a great athlete.
Player, yeah.
They all know the one thing we have a fraternity, and it's under Dick Vermeil's, under his reign. Whether you were Philly or with the Rams or wherever Kansas City, wherever Dick's been, you know one thing for sure: you're the best conditioned team on the field.
Yes,
and he don't leave no doubt about that. And what it does empower you to know that we win the fourth quarter. And between the guard center gap, we win, and that's what he preached. And his backs, Wendell Tyler, they're tough. They weren't scat backs. They would run. Wendell would run through you. Theodis Brown, them guys run through you.
And he won the Super Bowl,
and that's the whole thing about
right?
it.
He won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And no. They didn't win. I don't think they won the Super Bowl.
No, I think they did.
They won the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they did.
I don't know. Hey, look. Eventually, I'm going to be wrong this year about something. So
we're gonna look it up.
You might have just bound to happen.
You look it up. Let me know if it happens, because we were just Guinness Book of World Records about to be broken. Yeah.
Right. But no, when you got, I mean, we had Pepper before that. He was Pepper Rogers, right? He was the coach.
Yeah, Pepper's good, man. McAllister. Hey, man, those teams were loaded. Jimmy Jones, them teams were loaded. Mark Harmon, quarterback. Right. No, it was huge, man.
We were 1-2 with SC, but SC beat us every year.
Yeah. And, Mike Horton.
And us playing in the Coliseum. Back then, we didn't have our own stadium yet.
Right.
So it was their stadium, really. So
they didn't have a stadium. They
didn't want to share.
They didn't want, and I don't blame them. That's the one thing about it. You're USC, I am amazed. And I guess the last time I was there, because the old joke, the top all the way to it's a manhood issue. If you're in that top and you're doing a broadcast, brace yourself, because there's no elevator. And we were there to play the Rams with Washington a couple of years ago. And I went all the way back up to the top. A lot of memories there, man. I did a game, USCSC, when they had Bush. And I went on the field pregame doing the color of Westwood One. And I walked on the field and I said, oh my God, I've only done that twice. I watched pregame. You're there, I'm there 4 hours before the game. I want to see everything. I want to see all the workouts pregame. I did this, oh my God, twice in my life. Reggie Bush, he ran a flare, just made a cut. I said, oh my God, what is that? I don't say who is that. I said, what is that? The other time I'm doing a game at ESPN, San Diego State. And I saw this kid come out of the backfield and ran a little circle around. I went, oh my God, who is that? Marshall Faulk. When you're at ground level, that's why I love doing sidelines, because when you go up in the booth, you're done. You can't feel the game. You can see the game barely now, because these greedy ass owners have moved all the broadcast teams up so they can put luxury suites, and I'm going, that makes a lot of sense, Sherlock. Put the guys who don't know what they're looking at closer, and take the guys who need to see everything and put them up further. Right. Great idea. So I watch you on the sidelines, man. Marshall, I said, it's about quick twitch, change of direction. There's not a lot of athletes that have that. A lot of people are fast. A lot of people are powerful.
You know what?
But when I see this, what I'm talking about, I said, oh my, and I see it at ground level in warm-ups when I'll see guys doing things. Those two guys are Reggie Bush and Marshall Faulk. I said, woo.
How about and I remember as a little kid, I mean, OJ had those shifty moves and he was great with Buffalo.
Well, yeah, I saw OJ as a pro. We played Buffalo. Lamar Parrish, 4-4 guy, Mike Riley, that was in Cincinnati, and
when I see
Juice
guys
broke back, and Juice broke, and I'm looking, and Leaping could run. Yeah. Nobody closed. He extended. I said, wow. But he had already I seen that in 68 when he did against UCLA. OJ didn't have to prove anything. He was one of those rare guys that has sprinter speed, but he's a back.
No matter what you think of him, he was an amazing player.
Oh, he's a back, yeah.
Now, you know who's really great that's kind of forgotten on SC? How about Anthony Davis, right? Running back?
Well, I love AD. I love AD. I mean, AD,
he was
when AD came to dance, I was at.
Talk about a Notre Dame SC game, right?
Well, 74, I was at the Coliseum, and I was at that game, and he got 3.
Now, what was it, 24-0 in halftime? Was Notre Dame winning that game?
Oh, no. The game when he came back and ran them and they won at the Coliseum in 1972.
Oh, right.
The game I was at.
Okay.
And that was 72 at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked.
Right. He got drafted by the Jets and he never panned out. But what an amazing runner he was. He was right up there with all those other running backs.
Well, all of them are. All their guys. Charlie White.
White.
I mean, they're all, and really, when you look at all their Heisman winners, it's amazing, especially the guys like Ricky Irvin, who's here. He's part of the Washington football family. And Rick, like Marcus Allen, who to me is the guy that doesn't get enough praise.
Well,
because anytime you come
turnaround run on you guys the next year after you beat.
Well, no, as a pro, no, but I mean, Marcus Allen.
Marcus was great.
To me, he's never thrown in with the greats. I can't count people I've seen that have been better. He played fullback. See, when those guys go there and become an I-back, they played fullback before. Marcus blocked. Marcus can catch. Marcus can run. He can do it all. And maybe he's just one of those guys that toot his own horn, but from what I've seen, he's one of the best football players I've ever seen. And I saw him the whole year, playing fullback and then being the I-back. I mean, Ricky Bell was an animal. That's in my class. And just great. I love the fact that, and it started with Mike Garrett, that at least it proves to you when you set goals and you have examples and the kids can look at and aspire, and then they pump you up because you want to be that guy, and that's missing now to me. It's missing. What they established to me, I'll never hate on them. I said, no, man, lead the way. My goal is to beat you. Right. And if I can't, then, but that's what it's all about. But no, I'm not hating, man, because it was sustained excellence. Yeah, and it just teased me off that we're not as committed in football as they are.
You ran with you played with John Reagan. What was that? He was great. What was that one?
Everything you saw. He's like Marcus, one of those guys. He's just a freakish athlete. Ran track, at Kansas. He's a big dude that is a terrific athlete in disguise. He lures you to sleep. You're looking at him. No. He can shake and bake. He can break you down. He can run by you and run over you, and works his tail off. He'll hate me saying that because he loves being perceived as a guy who doesn't do much. No, don't fall for that.
Well,
he's a workaholic. Yeah. He's going to be in the best shape he can be in, and he's bringing it. And I've never seen anybody sustain the pounding that he took, the shots he took, because I've seen him after the games. The dude's body is black and blue, and never complains, never bitches, never misses a call. He's what everybody says. It's legit, and he's a great dude. So on top of it, he's fun to be around.
When he played on the Jets before you guys, I was a little kid, I go to Shea Stadium, and they're playing the Steelers, and it was the steel curtain. It was that steel with Brad on them. And the Jets beat them that day. It was in December. We were freezing. It was snowing. He beat them. He was running up and down the field. He made the steel curtain look like a paper tissue. He was just killing them.
No, he can do it. He reads blocks well. He can accelerate, drop the bone on you. He's everything you've heard of and more. And the best guy to be with after the game. I mean, JR's, hell of a teammate.
Yeah. And you guys were a heck of a team. You guys were
monsters. Who do you see amongst the talent now in the first 2 or 3 years of being in the league that just gives you the impression that, hey, this guy's going to be a superstar. This guy's got it.
Well, I mean, now that I'm in an Olympic mindset, you have to catch me in about another 6 weeks, and I'll have my NFL cap on. Okay. I don't even know who's young that would fit the bill. I'm trying to think, well, who's young that fits the bill? And nobody jumped up. Well, the Niners had a kid that was impressive to me, but I'm not sure he's that young. Their slot receiver. I mean, the NFL. They're so loaded. Again, if I don't, I'm a bookworm. If I don't have this, I ain't ready. See, if I'm about to do what I got to do, I got I got to work it. I got to know what's going on. Otherwise, I just say I can't even speak to that.
Well, how's Team USA looking in the Olympics in general across the board?
Well, the swimming, I mean, it's not an embarrassment to win a silver. We act like it is. But we've done. I mean, the pool. I've been watching a lot of that. The gymnastics. I love all this stuff that I only watch once every 4 years. You would think I'm a fanatic. I'm really not, but I watch it every 4 years, and I watch some of the world championships. I just think that when you represent the country, we're so screwed up in America that it's the only time we all come together. Every 4 years we go USA, USA, and that's what gets. That's what I get excited about.
Same team.
We're only on the same team once every 4 years. But when we're on it, now if we got a conflict against another, yeah, we're all in. But other than that, we bitch and fight and complain. Then that Olympic symbol comes up, go all in. And so we're disappointed in the basketball team thus far, but I'm not surprised because those guys have teams. We threw 12 guys together. They're not a team yet. And the rest of the world saw 92 when we humiliated them. And they said, never again. They said, never again. And we're also, I think, 13 or 14 are all in the NBA. So I'm good with it. Either way, as they give their best effort. I mean, Dame, KD, the Bruin, and they all missed threes. They could have changed the game. Mm-hmm. Well, nothing else you can ask for. They had the ball, they had the situation, and they all clanked it. So
go to the basket.
Yeah. And I watched soccer again so much during this time, when I think Australia.
Euro?
Yeah, Euro, Argentina. And I didn't realize, watching Messi, I don't know why a guy's great in soccer until I see him with people around him and he's going through them, move with the ball, and they can't touch him. I go, oh, so that's what makes you who you are. Right. It's in traffic, what they do. And Brazil had a kid too. They're unbelievable. And it takes forever. And I don't quit on it. Once I start, I watch it all the way through. How can you not? Because it's
I definitely being Italian, I kind of watched the Italy, and I'm glad we won. I can tell you right now.
Look, man, England and watching the penalty kick. Now, what they do, they're just as ignorant as we are. Guy misses a shot or doesn't get the thing over. Now, guy's got to worry about his life by a bunch of people that they couldn't run to the mailbox without having a heart attack. So everybody thinks it's easy, but it's part of being a pro.
Right. What do you think about Mahomes, and what do you think is going to happen in the NFL this year? How do you think it's going to fall?
Well, Kansas City's going to be great again.
Yes.
I don't see as long as they're healthy.
Right.
First of all, they got Andy. Wow.
He's coming on the show, so we can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'll give him my best. He turned me on to great barbecue. Tell him, Doc said, if you want great barbecue, go to him. I swore I wouldn't say it, so I'm not going to say where because I don't want to get him in trouble.
LC's.
Sponsorship. Just get him to tell you that. I just respect what I've seen for a couple of decades. And Brian Mitchell, my dear friend who played for him, people love playing for Andy. And it don't mean Andy's soft. Andy's grit tough.
Right.
But he's a genius.
Right. And
the way they work, and they work so well as a unit. And he's got 3 freaks. And if you get 3 freaks, and that means one kid at wide receiver, nobody can deal with. Kid at tight end, nobody can deal with. And the quarterback that nobody can deal with. Now, that puts you in contention now. Because you got to be, there's 3 little mini goats. Now, if they can protect him, and that was their problem, they may have lost anyway. But you're not going to beat Tampa with nobody back up. Nowhere.
And the game was in Tampa. It helped them a lot.
The game could have been in Alaska. It wouldn't have been no difference.
Yeah,
you can't. So. No, they're going to bum rush you. And that's exactly what they did. And then they ran the ball down their throat. I mean, that's what Tampa, everybody, Brady. Yeah.
Leonard Fournette. Hand up. Look out for that guy.
Yeah.
He's
a star.
Yeah.
I saw him set carrier dome record in person. Leonard Fournette, if he's healthy,
he's a beast.
Really good.
He's a beast. But, I think they get Howard back, if I'm not mistaken, tight end out of Alabama. You think they were trouble last year. If he gets in and gels and fits with Gronk, and they got these 2 tight, oh, my God. I can't imagine what's going to happen there. But that's the beauty about the season. We ought to be looking forward to it.
I am.
And Buffalo, don't sleep on Buffalo because
No, the only problem
may
is
have-
I think Kansas City's in their way. That's the problem with that.
yeah,
I
they
don't
are
think-
in their way, but
Right.
their coach is special.
Yeah.
He's convinced me he's special.
Mhm.
And that's what I love. I love that it's not predictable. And San Diego, Washington football team opens up with the Chargers. I saw a few people play better than that kid played last
Right.
year. And
Yeah, they should have had a better record than they did.
yeah. Well,
lost
yeah.
a
And so that's why I mean, we got a lot of people that are going to be good that some people may sleep on. You have to respect Seattle because of the quarterback. And yeah. And so I'm looking forward to it because it's the unknown that excites me. I mean, it's New York. Danny Dimes, is he really going to get it together? He's got the tools, and then they get one of the best backs in the world that comes back. I don't hate on the Cowboys. I make fun and have fun with it. But that kid, Elliott,
he's good.
Let me tell you something. If he's in shape,
he's the best player on the team.
It's a wrap for whatever he wants to do. The question is, will he be? I've seen his workouts. Looks good, but we'll see. When you cheat your body the way he cheated his last year, it's just something about it. That then when you go and try to cash in, sometimes it cheats you.
Right.
No matter what you do. It's just one of those things. I'm not hoping that. I want to see him play every game. I don't even count it if we beat them, somebody's hurt. I don't count. It don't count. I want you full strength at your place.
What do you think about Dak?
I love him.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him. I think businessman, I can question a lot of things he's done.
Yeah.
He makes more money off the field than he did making on. Right. Dude, you're getting paid. And you can't get that kind of money unless you're the Cowboys quarterback. So this is the one thing he had to kind of understand. They made it personal, but it's about like Tom has showed you the way, where you got to have what Tom had. Tom had assets to sell. Well, Prescott he makes 25 to 30 off. He's the kingpin, but they disrespected him. And I can understand that. They disrespected him.
But wouldn't you rather have a thrown quarterback more than a mobile quarterback, though? In the NFL, that works.
No, I'm with you. No, if I had to pick one for my team, I want Brady over the athlete.
That's right.
Because the athlete's too hard to protect.
It's too
hard to protect. See, I don't this league at quarterback. You just don't. But you got to have an offensive line. Right. So if your coach can't develop a line, then you got to get athlete. But if your coach is smart and a great teacher and you got a great offensive line coach, the best coach on my staff has got to be my O-line coach.
You know what?
Followed by my special teams coach.
My dad used to say.
And then followed by my secondary coach. I mean, those are the top 3 areas for me. Everything else, I can pick somebody at the grandstands. But I cannot fake it at O-line. I cannot fake it in the secondary.
Well, Andy rebuilt
special teams.
He rebuilt the whole offensive line in the offseason. He don't want Mahomes getting hurt again.
Yeah, Andy understands lines. And I thought they were going to get Trent Williams. It looked like for a moment they were flirting around with Trent. I love a program that treats offensive linemen, gives them their value and their due. Yeah. Baccarati, the kid at Green Bay, he may not start the season. I understand. You want to watch an artist at work? Watch him work. Watch Trent Williams work. Watch him. I mean, it's the left tackle position or the right tackle position, either way, based on where, if you're playing to Bears, you better have a right tackle that can go. It's a work of art, seeing people that graceful, because the kid in Cleveland, when you look at him as a defensive end, he reminds me of a Kenta Tupo, who's playing defensive end for the Cleveland Browns. That position to me has morphed into freak island. Edge rushers that you cannot block with one guy. That's the whole key. Right. I just got to throw that balance off.
Right.
Aaron Donald, world-class athlete, world-class performer in the middle. And there's nobody like him that I've seen. Right. But that's what I look for. I look for who are the best at their positions, no matter what the position is. Watching a guy who's that dominant in a professional league is what I live for.